Number 10. Rude to a restaurant hostess. Being a waitress at a fancy restaurant will sometimes give you the chance to meet celebrities when you're working. TikTok user Julia Carolan was working at a fancy restaurant in Manhattan, and she documented her bad experience with Hailey Bieber. In the video, she said, "This is going to be controversial, but I've met her a handful of times, and each time she was not nice. I really wanted to like her, but I have to give her a 3.5 out of 10. Sorry." When the video went viral, Hailey eventually saw it and quickly took to the comments section of the video, and she tried to apologize for how she acted. She said, "Just came across this video and I'm so sorry if I've ever given you bad vibes or a bad attitude. That was never my intention." She also added that she would like to apologize to Julia in person and thanked her for calling her out. Thankfully, Hailey had the grace to apologize to Julia, but it's likely that she wouldn't have even considered her behavior rude if she didn't get called out for it and the video didn't go viral. The truth is, you can really make out someone's character just by how they treat those working in the service industry, like James Corden found out back in October. So apology or not, this kind of behavior is never okay, but it's good that more and more celebrities are being called out for it these days. Number 9. Racist tweets. Just a few days after she called Twitter a breeding ground for cruelty towards each other, Hailey Bieber got slammed again by Twitter users who had discovered and shared some of the model's old Twitter and Tumblr posts as supposed evidence of her racism and bigotry. It all started when she came to Justin Bieber's defense, after he revealed that he had been diagnosed with Lyme disease, and some of his fans said that he wouldn't have gotten it if he had been with Selena Gomez, which is ridiculous of course, but Hailey's response just caused the trolls to turn their attention on her. These fans then decided to dig up some old dirt about her and succeeded at doing so. They posted screenshots of tweets and Tumblr posts dating back years that showed examples of Hailey using the N-word casually, claiming she came back from Florida a different race, and using language associated with racism against the Asian community. In a tweet from January 2012, she wrote, "Shut up before I smack you back to your own country." And then in November of 2013, she wrote, "To those foreigners who don't celebrate Thanksgiving, so sorry your country didn't have pilgrims and Indians to start such a sick holiday." Yeah, that was pretty indefensible. Shortly after, most tweets mentioning her past were deleted, and Hailey then decided to close her Twitter account altogether. Celebrities often forget that you can literally find everything on the internet these days, and obviously Hailey's past eventually came back to haunt her. Number 8. The Nepo Baby shirt. If you've been on the internet recently, you'll have noticed that the dreaded Nepo Baby label is becoming just as popular as the term industry plant. But the Nepo Baby label specifically refers to someone who receives privileges due to their relatives or friends being powerful. Usually it means that someone is able to get jobs because of who they know, and most of the time it's famous parents. Amidst the growing criticism surrounding the Nepo Baby discourse and the fact that she refuses to acknowledge her privilege in this aspect, Hailey bravely decided to wear a Nepo Baby t-shirt, which to many people made it seem like she was proud to be given countless opportunities over everyone else just because of her last name. As expected, this only turned more people against her. Louis Pisano, a writer for Harper's Bazaar, then tweeted out the photo with the caption, "The Hailey Bieber Nepo Baby t-shirt picture gives nothing because she gives nothing. She's not personable enough to give this staged paparazzi shot for a viral moment any personality. She doesn't act or sing. She gets in and out of cars in beige and black YSL and has a skincare line." That tweet went viral, and the crazy thing is that a lot of people seem to agree. Singer Charlie XCX then chimed in and wrote, "I respect the Nepo Baby t-shirt attempt." But the keyword there is obviously attempt. Number 7. Cultural appropriation. Hailey Bieber faced a ton of criticism after she made a TikTok video all about brownie glazed lips, where she wears brown lip liner with a clear glossy lip gloss over the top. That was coincidentally from her own beauty brand called Rhode. So what is the problem with this kind of makeup, and why was it making people angry? Well, Hailey was called out for appropriating a makeup technique that's historically been worn by Latinas and black and brown women since the 90s. Not only that, but she tried to rename the look as brownie glazed lips, so for a lot of people that was the last straw. Naturally, her video led to an influx of primarily white influencers recreating the look on the platform and crediting her as their inspiration. As the trend took off, it became clear that this was yet another case of a white celebrity claiming to have started a beauty technique that has long been practiced by women of color. The controversy reached a boiling point when the topic began to trend on Twitter, and this is because the incident is hardly new. In fact, it's part of a larger conversation concerning cultural appropriation, specifically in beauty practices, especially when it comes to so-called trends that are popularized on platforms like TikTok and touted by influencers and celebrities. This one was a bit of a gray area considering that Hailey never specifically claimed to have invented the look, so the only real issue is that she didn't credit the origin of the makeup look. Number 6. Snubbing. snubbing a fellow influencer. In June last year, Hailey was called out by an influencer who just happened to be a guest at her Rhode launch party. Beauty vlogger Iris Balin attended the launch party for Hailey's skincare brand, and she said that she had a terrible experience. She posted an Instagram video explaining what went down, and apparently the whole atmosphere of the event was off. She said the event was beautiful, like it was literally a nightclub kind of thing, but the girl gets there with her friends Kylie Jenner, Kendall Jenner, all of her friends are there, but they have this corner that only they could be in. So basically, Hailey stayed in the VIP section at her own launch party. Iris said that she wanted to take a picture with her and was excited to hear about her brand, but Hailey refused to talk to her or even come near her. The idea is that when you're in a room full of influential beauty icons and content creators, you need to get those people on board with your new product. Iris said this girl didn't say anything, and it was the most awkward thing because there were people hovering to take pictures with her, to talk to her. This is your event, show up for your event, or have your rep people say something. But yeah, no, Hailey didn't say anything or want to talk about anything. Apparently, it was Kylie Jenner that eventually said a few words about the skincare line, but no one heard from the founder all night. Number 5. Allegations of cheating. Hailey and Justin, who recently celebrated 4 years of marriage, got together after Justin and Selena had broken off their relationship. But some people have always wondered if that was the whole real story. Interestingly enough, while she was on the Call Her Daddy podcast, Hailey actually suggested that Selena and Justin weren't as serious as everyone thought at the time. When she reconciled with Justin in June of 2018, Hailey insisted that he and Selena were not in a relationship. She spoke about their brief reunion and claimed that by that point it was just closure for them. She said, "As a woman, I would never want to get into a relationship with someone and be engaged to them and be getting married to them and be thinking in the back of my mind, I wonder if that door was really closed. I know for a fact that the reason we were able to get back together was because it was very much completely closed." She went on to say, "It was the right thing for them to close that door. It closed a chapter. I think it was the best thing that could have happened for him to move on." She said that a lot of the hate she gets comes from the perception that she stole Justin. But Hailey insisted that the only people that really know the truth of the situation and what the timeline was actually them. To this day though, the exact timeline is still debated, considering that many fans think Selena and Justin were actually in a relationship when they got back together in 2018. But of course, only they really know the truth. Number 4. Tone-deaf comments. A lot of the backlash against Hailey came when she invited Gwyneth Paltrow on an episode of her YouTube show Who's in My Bathroom, and the two of them discussed the label of nepotism, given that they both come from famous families. If you didn't know, Hailey is linked to Stephen Baldwin, William Baldwin, and Alec Baldwin, so she was born into a family of stars, and it has undeniably fast-tracked her success. Some have also argued that her marriage to Justin Bieber is also what catapulted her into the mega fame that she has now. This is mostly because Hailey tends to fall under the category of celebrities that are famous just for being famous, and is more or less considered a Hollywood socialite than anything else. When Gwyneth Paltrow appeared on the show, she spoke about being the child of famous parents and claimed that she's had to work twice as hard as someone without her connections, because apparently people are always ready to pull her down and say, "You are only there because of your dad or your mum." Hailey of course agreed with her statements that she has it harder than regular people in the industry. These comments came off as extremely tone-deaf, and it really set the internet against her. Many fans have since called her out for essentially refusing to acknowledge how she got where she is today. Number 3. Ignoring Addison Rae. In May of 2021, Hailey found herself in hot water when people accused her of being rude and ignoring Addison Rae, who was her guest on Hailey's YouTube series Who's in My Bathroom. The two stars made sandwiches and sundaes while talking about their lives. At one point, Hailey asked Addison how she deals with privacy as a social media star, especially when it comes to her romantic relationships. But when Addison responded and started explaining that she has learned over the years how to keep her love life private, Hailey seems to focus on her food more than anything else. Even though the topics were pretty dark, fans noticed that Hailey would stick out her tongue while pouring sauce over ice cream and sprayed whipped cream into her mouth. Essentially, some people felt that she was rude for not paying attention to her guest on her own show. When the criticism amped up, Hailey then explained that her show is meant to be lighthearted, and that was a feeling that she wanted to convey. She said, "I just didn't want it to get too intense and too deep. I never want someone to come on Who's in My Bathroom and feel like I'm trying to pry information out of them or get them to talk about a subject that could potentially be sensitive or uncomfortable for them, just for the sake of views." Which, I mean, is completely fine, given that it's just the way that she wants to present her own show. Number 2. Justin Bieber's antics. After a video of the singer yelling at Hailey went viral, fans have wondered what was said and what the real story was between the husband and wife. In July of 2021, the couple were in Las Vegas to celebrate Kendall Jenner's new tequila tequila brand 818 Tequila. After the night, a TikTok user by the name of Yanjeric23 posted a video of Justin and Hailey leaving the club with fans and bodyguards around them. In the video, you could see that they were holding hands as he yelled at her while they walked down the halls of the hotel. The clip went viral on TikTok with more than 1.2 million views, and it drew concern from fans everywhere. Before it was deleted, many users took to the comments to slam Justin for how he treated Hailey, although some fans came to his defense and said that he wasn't yelling at her out of anger but out of excitement. Then in September that same year, there was a video posted on Twitter showing Justin running away from paparazzi and fully leaving Hailey while she falls to the ground. Fans immediately took to the comments expressing their empathy for Hailey, considering that this wasn't the first time Justin just took off without her. For whatever reason, he seems to not care about the fact that he left her in an uncomfortable situation. And coming in at number 1, calling out Selena fans. Back in September, Hailey made an appearance on Alex Cooper's Call Her Daddy podcast. She asked if Justin or anyone in their circle now has ever asked Selena to try and put an end to the hatred that is coming from her fans. Hailey said that she has no expectation of Selena doing that, but if that was something that she felt was necessary, then that would be amazing. She addressed the massive amounts of trolling she's received from haters all these years, when they flooded her Instagram lives with nasty comments, and when they stood outside the Met Gala in 2021 to scream Selena when she and Justin walked the red carpet. Hailey recalled that moment and said, "Yes, I could hear everyone screaming. I think there's a certain part of you that has a numbness. It was disrespectful to me, to my relationship. It just was, period. But I think I've endured so much disrespect, and I still do to this day, that there's a part of me that was just like another day, another negative slave." Hailey then hopped on TikTok to issue a direct message to people that were trolling her on social media. She said, "Leave me alone at this point. I'm minding my business. I don't do anything. I don't say anything. Leave me alone, please. That's the only request. Leave me alone. Be miserable somewhere else, please." So clearly by that point, you could tell that she'd had enough. What did Justin Bieber say about Selena Gomez and Hailey Bieber? They pretty much broke the internet with their pictures together after they saw each other at the 2nd annual Academy Museum Gala in LA over the weekend. It was there that Selena and Hailey posed for the picture that would send fans into a frenzy. While the photo isn't going to completely shut down the haters, after Hailey's controversial podcast interview, at least it made Justin Bieber happy. An insider told Entertainment Tonight that he hopes this meeting would finally lead to everyone moving on. Quote, "Justin is very happy with the fact that they can all move on and that it can be peaceful between everyone," adding that Hailey and Selena wanted to prove to the world that there was no bad blood between them anymore. The source alleges that Selena and Hailey were both super chill together at the Academy Museum Gala. They've both moved on and are happy in their own lives. They wanted to show the world that there's no beef or bad feelings between them anymore. The two of them saw each other just weeks after Hailey appeared on the Call Her Daddy podcast and denied rumors that she stole Justin from Selena. When she was asked if there was ever any overlap between her relationship with Justin and his relationship with Selena, she flat out denied it, essentially saying that she is not a homewrecker and that she was never romantically involved with him while he was with another person. Hailey said, "I can say period, point blank, I was never with him when he was in a relationship with anybody, and that's the end of it," adding that it is not in her character to mess with someone's relationship, but she does understand how it looks from the outside. She said, "Even me talking about him or talking about our relationship, people will take that and be like, all she ever about is her relationship with him. And I'm like, well, we are married and he's a huge part of my life, and obviously people are very interested in our life together." Hailey and Justin, who recently celebrated 4 years of marriage, got together after Justin and Selena had broken off their relationship, but some fans wondered if that was the whole real story. Interestingly enough, Hailey actually suggested that Selena and Justin weren't as serious as everyone thought they were at the time. She means the brief period of time where they seemed to rekindle their relationship through early 2018 until they abruptly split. When she reconciled with Justin in June of that year, Hailey insisted that they were not in a relationship. She also addressed the toxic fan base and said what it's like being the target of haters since Jelena split up for good. She said a lot of the hate and the perpetuation comes from the misconception of, oh, you stole him. It comes from the fact that they wished he had ended up with someone else. And that's fine. You can wish that all you want, but that's just not the case. She added that the only people that really know the truth of the situation and what the timeline really was and how it happened and how it went down are me and him. Hailey says that the trolls and haters have interrupted her Instagram lives, flooding her with nasty comments, and even stood outside the Met Gala in 2021 to scream Selena when she and Justin walked the red carpet. She recalled that traumatic moment saying, "Yeah, I could hear everyone screaming. I think there's a certain part of you that has a numbness. It was really disrespectful to me, to my relationship. It just was, period, the end. But I think I've endured so much disrespect, and I still do to this day, that there was a part of me that was just like, another day, another negative slave. When she was asked if Justin or anyone in their circle now has ever asked Selena to try and put an end to the hatred coming from her fans, Hailey just said that she has no expectation of Selena doing that, but if that was something that she felt was necessary, then that would be amazing. But we do know that in October of 2019, following the release of her song Look at Her Now, Selena attempted to spread a message of kindness after fans accused Hailey of dissing her earlier in the week. Although she didn't mention the model by name, Selena said, "I do not stand for women tearing women down. I will never ever be by that. So please be kind to everyone. It doesn't matter what the situation is. If you're my fans, don't be rude to anybody, please. Don't go off and say things that you just feel in the moment." Apart from that, it would be unrealistic of Hailey to think that Selena has any other way to tell her haters to back off. She obviously did what she could, and it's not as though she controls everyone on the internet.
Actress and businesswoman Gwyneth Paltrow has been in many well-known movies and projects, best known by many Marvel fans as playing Pepper Potts, the wife of Iron Man. Or maybe you know her for her massively bizarre and weird and just baffling launch of her health company called Goop. She's had plenty of controversies in her time and has often been singled out for comments she has made towards other celebrities. This time she has made headlines for a comment she made towards Hailey Bieber in regards to her father that seemed to make everyone involved pretty uncomfortable. So let's go over that, and then maybe we'll recap some other Paltrow controversies and talk about Goop because I just can't get over it. Hailey Bieber hosts a vlog called Who's in My Bathroom, where she interviews different people on a bathroom set, and this time she had Gwyneth Paltrow appearing on her show. At the start of the video, everything seems pretty normal, Bieber introducing Paltrow as she walks on and goes to sit down. But as soon as the two start talking, it starts to get a little weird and uncomfortable. Gwyneth Paltrow says, "I think I know your dad and your uncles," referencing her father Stephen Baldwin and uncle Alec Baldwin. Hailey responds understandingly, saying, "That's what most people say to me," and asking if Gwyneth has any stories about them. Unfortunately for Hailey, she probably never should have asked that and just left it there, because Gwyneth goes on to bring up the time that she starred with Stephen in a movie called Mrs. Parker and the Vicious Circle way back in 1994. She says that he was actually a pleasure to work with and he was really nice. Hailey responds with relief and says, "I like hearing that. Imagine if you had some horror story. He was terrible. It was a nightmare working with him." Bieber is joking about the situation, and Gwyneth then tries to throw another joke into the mix, but it really doesn't land. She says, "That would be bad," or "if I like your dad in the bathroom." Hailey seems to get uncomfortable and starts telling Gwyneth that she actually has had that happen. People telling her that they've had sex with her father, and she's pretty sure that he doesn't know that she knows. Gwyneth laughs along and quickly tries to clear up the situation, waving her hands and saying, I didn't. And Hailey leans forward saying, "Oh well, that's good to know." The video then continues on, and nothing else overly important really seems to happen, the video garnering over 150,000 views in just one day. People in the comments seem to have mixed opinions on Gwyneth, with some people saying that she is hilarious and well-intentioned, and others plainly stating that they just don't really like her. Now let me talk about Goop, which is slightly off topic, but I just can't talk about Gwyneth Paltrow without mentioning this, and if you're somebody who doesn't know about what Goop is, I am like obligated to educate you. Gwyneth launched the Goop brand back in 2008, starting as just a newsletter which grew into a website, fashion line, product line, podcast, health summit, and more. They have sold many controversial products on their website. The most talked about including a jade egg that would apparently regulate your menstrual cycle and raise your libido, and a candle that was genitally scented. The jade egg actually ended up with Goop having to pay around $150,000 in penalties for making medically unsubstantiated claims, a common trend on the website and in advertising of their products. They still sell the egg and a sticker that is said to fix body imbalances because it's made of NASA spacesuit material, but NASA themselves said that this simply wasn't true. After a wellness summit in 2019, many were left disappointed and were quoted as saying Gwyneth was a greedy extortionist. An attendee said, "She had a ton of security. She was unapproachable. She did the minimum, a few fireside chats with Twiggy and Penelope Cruz, then she put on her Birkenstocks and snuck out." Despite all their controversy, Goop is still running, and when I went to their website, they even advertised their 69 new arrivals.
For some reason, the internet still hasn't moved on from the Justin Bieber Selena Gomez days, as fans of Gomez decided to attack Hailey Bieber, formerly known as Baldwin, simply because she got a tattoo. I know, it's wild times. And I'm not here to shame anyone, but maybe Selena's fans need to be reminded that we're in the middle of a pandemic, and our focus shouldn't be on previous relationships. Maybe that's just me, I don't know. Either way, I'm gonna tell you guys all about this tattoo because really, I don't think Hailey had Selena in mind when she made the decision to get this printed on her body forever. Maybe she really is that petty. I'm gonna say not, but you can decide after I break it all down for you on I.O. What's happening, my loves? I'm your host, Jared Bronstein, and welcome back to InformOverload, where we make the news super duper. That's what we do here. Yeah. Click the playlist button for some similar videos and stick around for some bonus content, but for now, let's get things going. So as you likely know by now, Hailey Baldwin and Justin Bieber have been together for quite some time. It was believed the pair started seeing each other in 2015, but things were official in 2016, when Justin posted a photo of the two of them kissing on his Instagram. They lasted a short period of time. Then between 2016 and 2018, the two would see other people until ultimately getting back together in 2018, which is when they would officially wed. Ever since, the two have been seen in the public eye looking very much so like a young, happy, newly married couple. However, as we know in this world, especially when you're a celebrity, you just can't have nice things sometimes. Although celebrities tend to get a lot for money to praise, it seems no matter how rich or famous you are, you can't buy love. And that's why we cue the haters. For some strange reason, fans of Selena Gomez always try to talk about how she's better than Justin, or that Justin is still in love with her, or something to do with her coming out on top. I'm sure she's a great person, but I'm sure Justin is too, and I'm sure his wife Hailey just wants to be with her husband and live a happy life. But it seems that's not a possibility, at least if she looks at comments online, as people were very quick to point out Hailey's new tattoo looks almost identical to the J Promise ring Justin gave Selena many years ago. New York City tattoo artist Mr. K took to his Instagram page, posting the fresh ink Hailey got on her finger, captioned "J is for @JustinBieber." And shortly after posting, fans of, I guess, Selena took to Twitter, making comparisons of the ring to the new tattoo. A handful of the posts just showed the tattoo and ring side by side, and included captions such as, "Wrapped around my finger like a ring. Why is it in the exact same font as the J ring Justin gave Selena?" And not me realizing the J is in the same font as the ring Justin had given Selena years ago, and then they cut themselves off. Now I will say, when looking at the two side by side, yes, the font of the J is very similar. Could that just be a very strange coincidence? I'm going to say yes. As we know, Selena and Justin were on again off again for quite some time. We're talking from 2010 to 2018, with the two even seeing each other for a short period of time, just months before Hailey and Justin got back together and would eventually get married. Still, with that being said, I think we gotta stop pushing this narrative that they're always thinking about each other or ways to potentially spite one another. I'm not really sure why Hailey would get a tattoo resembling the ring Justin got his ex-girlfriend when he was 18, because that's when he originally gave Selena that promise ring. 8 years ago. Almost 9 actually, because it was in February of 2012. So until someone can give me a legitimate reason as to why Hailey would ask for a tattoo that resembles the ring, I'm going to say there's no connection between the two at all. As we know, in the past, the two have spoken about each other, and usually they're pretty like low-key, little mum about it. They're like, you know? Still, that doesn't help because this has led to fans of either musician to make a lot of assumptions, such as the 2019 song by Gomez, "Look at Her Now," referring to Bieber when she sings about dodging a bullet. In fact, the whole song is about being in a better place after getting over an old relationship, but maybe she's not talking about Justin. We don't really know. That being said, while doing the rounds of interviews for her upcoming album, Selena did talk about how some of her new songs legitimately brought her longtime friend Taylor Swift and her mom Andrea to tears. I quote Selena saying, "Her and her mom just started crying. Like, just tears and tears. They were crying because of how proud they were for me stepping into a whole new era of my life and it not involving the horrible things, the abuse, the emotional chaos." Referring to a previous relationship involving horrible things, abuse, and emotional chaos is almost definitely directed at Justin, who definitely had his fair share of ups and downs while growing up in the spotlight. The same could be said for Gomez, who's now 27, but looking back, it seems Selena had a bit of an easier time breaking out of her Disney-esque role than Justin did. Regardless, I wish everyone involved in this story all the best. I hope Justin and Hailey can live happily ever after, and I hope Selena finds happiness and love, whether that be with someone else or on her own. At the end of the day, guys, I think we all deserve to be happy. And that's that. I don't think the tattoo has anything to do with Selena, just a coincidence. Maybe it's Justin's favorite font, which is why he got the ring for Selena and Hailey got the same font for Justin. Who knows? Maybe you do, so let me know your thoughts down below.
In a video posted to TikTok, Hailey Bieber begged commenters on her social media to stop trolling her, saying to her online critics that they should just go be miserable somewhere else. The 25-year-old model seems to be completely over all of the hate that she gets on social media, and so in a message to her critics, she said, "This is for you guys in my comments every single time I post. Leave me alone at this point. I'm minding my business. I don't do anything. I don't say anything. Leave me alone, please." She then continued and said, "Enough time has gone by where it's valid to leave me alone. I beg of you, truly. That's my only request. Leave me alone, be miserable somewhere else, please." And it's still not clear what exactly prompted this public service announcement from Hailey, but it could be a culmination of all the hateful comments that she's received, but I have a feeling that it was one in particular that set this message in motion. Some people believe that she is referencing the many comments that she receives regarding Selena Gomez, who, as many of you know, dated Hailey's husband Justin on and off from 2011 to 2018. Even earlier this month, when she shared a TikTok video of herself lip-syncing to Justin's 2009 hit One Time, a number of critics tried to claim in the comments section that the song was all about Selena Gomez. For someone who isn't really fighting for the spotlight, Hailey has had to come out and set the record straight, if you will, many times. Usually if celebrities aren't as active on social media, they do become victims of just constant rumors. And for Hailey, she has probably heard every rumor under the sun at this point. Not that long ago, she also had to dismiss more pregnancy rumors after fans speculated that she and Justin were having their first child together. After appearing with Justin at this year's Grammy Awards, the model responded to an Instagram post by Radar Online that speculated she was pregnant and expecting her first child. In the Radar Online post, they said, "Fans are convinced Hailey Bieber is pregnant after she walks Grammy's red carpet in flowing gown with husband Justin Bieber." Then in their caption, they wrote, "Is a little #believer on the way? Fans are speculating that Hailey Baldwin is pregnant after seeing what appeared to be a baby bump during her appearance at the 2022 Grammy Awards this weekend." The model was a vision on Sunday wearing a white Saint Laurent gown while joined by her husband Justin Bieber for the star-studded ceremony, and some fans felt it was a carefully crafted style choice. I just love how they really tried to compliment the way she looked while also speculating that she was probably pregnant. Hailey attended the Grammys to support Justin, who was up for 8 Grammy nominations. He didn't end up taking any home, but he did garner a lot of press for his oversized Balenciaga suit, a pink beanie, and Crocs. A lot of the speculation about Hailey being pregnant does stem from Justin's Amazon Prime documentary called Justin Bieber, Our World. In the documentary, Justin said, "My intention for 2021 is to continue to set goals and have fun while going home. Make sure I put family first, and hopefully we squish out a little nugget." And in response, Hailey said, "In 2021, with Justin replying, 'The end of 2021 we start trying?' And she finally replied after a pause and said, 'Okay, maybe, we shall see.'" So you can see why these news outlets are constantly trying to be the ones who guess whether or not she's actually pregnant. Although in response to that post from Radar Online, Hailey commented and said, "I'm not pregnant, leave me alone," which is just hella embarrassing for Radar Online and debunks their rumor on the spot. I'd love to hear your thoughts on all this though, because that's all the time we have for today. So stay classy, and I'll see you in the next one. Hailey Bieber is now getting backlash for her response to the Oscars 2022 Will Smith slapping of Chris Rock. Yesterday we saw Zoe Kravitz get canceled for her thoughts on the matter, along with Judd Apatow and many more celebrities. The Will Smith fandom seems to be out in full force, and they are attacking anyone who believes that Will was wrong for what he did. But stick around to find out why Hailey Bieber is getting so much hate right now. To remind you, Zoe Kravitz in 2 separate posts threw some shade at Will Smith. In her first caption, she wrote, "Here's a picture of my dress at the award show where we are apparently attacking people on stage now." Then in another post she wrote in the caption, "And here is a picture of my dress at the party after the award show where we are apparently screaming profanities and attacking people on stage now." Now she didn't mention anyone by name, but everyone knew exactly who she was talking about. And because of this take, everyone that was a fan of the Smith family decided to expose Zoe Kravitz on Twitter. I mean, the cancellation of Zoe happened immediately. One person kicked off the cancellation by quoting Zoe and calling her a predator for what she said previously about Jaden Smith. In the screen cap posted to Twitter, Zoe apparently said, "There were moments that I was hanging out with Jaden and thinking, I can't believe you're 14. I have to check myself. Like what I say to you. He has so much personality and so much swag. He is so much cooler than I am, and he's so handsome. I was like, when you're older, you know, we'll hang out. Nope, that's inappropriate. You're 14. With another person adding, "Why was Zoe Kravitz at 26 years old attracted to 16-year-old Jaden Smith? The F is wrong with her." And attached to that tweet was a video from a red carpet interview where Zoe had gushed that she had brought a then 16-year-old Jaden to the award show as her date. Other people also took issue with her supporting the ever so problematic Alexander Wang, as well as dating Ezra Miller when they were only 17 or 18 and she was in her 20s. Now, Hailey Bieber is also getting flack for showing support to someone that the internet recently deemed problematic. Apparently, after liking Zoe's Instagram posts that were taking shots at Will Smith because he slapped Chris Rock, people have begun to turn on Hailey. The original post was deleted, which kicked off Hailey's cancellation on Twitter, but someone had screen capped what this Twitter user wrote about her upon seeing that she had simply liked Zoe's post. In the since deleted tweet, they said, Your husband hates you, you're jobless, your brain is rotting, you're barren, you're a child, your uncle is a your dad is bankrupt, and your friends are always laughing at you behind your back at Hailey Bieber. And following that, people were quick to encourage the user behind this tweet, like this one user who said, Hailey Bieber liked Zoe Kravitz's post, and the caption was basically defending Chris Rock, and random non-famous homegirl bodied Hailey for liking the post. On top of that, many people started tweeting out receipts of Justin treating Hailey poorly. Another user tweeted along with a video of Justin closing the car door on Hailey and said, Hailey Bieber liking that Zoe Kravitz post like her husband doesn't treat her like this. Then in a separate tweet they said, I'd be mad too seeing another man defend his wife knowing mine slams doors in my face. Then on top of all of that, things got really serious when people started posting older screenshots that outed Hailey as a racist. In their tweet, the user posted several screenshots of tweets from Hailey and said, I was showing my sister why I'm laughing about Hailey Bieber and Alec Baldwin putting their input in the whole Will Smith Chris Rock debacle. Like a racist and a should be the last people talking.
Do you know what Hailey Bieber just said about Selena Gomez? She decided to clear the air about the rumors that she stole Justin from Selena. Well, there's three sides to every story, so let's get into what she said. Hailey made an appearance on Alex Cooper's Call Her Daddy podcast yesterday and was asked if there was ever any overlap between Justin and Selena's relationship, especially right before they got married. But Hailey flat out denied it, essentially saying that she's not a homewrecker and she has never romantically been involved with him while he was with another person. She said, I can say, period, point blank, I was never with him when he was in a relationship with anybody, and that's the end of it. Hailey goes on to say that she's aware of the timing of things, especially from the outside looking in, and how that might appear like there was a quick succession of romances from Selena to Hailey, but she insists that she actually waited. She added that it was not in her character to mess with someone's relationship, but she does understand the heightened attention surrounding her marriage and how it relates to her husband's past relationships. Quote, well, I think even for starters, even me talking about him or talking about our relationship, people will take that and be like, all she ever talks about is her relationship with him. Even something like that, I'm just like, well, we are married and he's a huge part of my life, and obviously people are very interested in our life together. Hailey and Justin, who recently celebrated 4 years of marriage, got together after Justin and Selena had broken off their relationship, but some fans wondered if that was the whole real story. Interestingly enough, Hailey actually suggested that Selena and Justin weren't as serious as everyone thought at the time. She's referring to the brief period of time where they seemed to rekindle their relationship through early 2018 until they abruptly split. When she reconciled with Justin in June of that year, Hailey insisted that they were not in a relationship. She spoke more about Justin and Selena's brief reunion and claimed that by that point it was just closure for them. She said, as a woman, I would never want to get into a relationship with someone and be engaged to them and be getting married to them and be thinking in the back of my mind, I wonder if that door was really closed. I know for a fact that the reason we were able to get back together was because it was very much completely closed. She went on to say that it was the right thing for them to close that door. It closed a chapter. I think it was the best thing that could have happened to him to move on. Hailey also talked about the toxic fan base and being the target of haters since Jelena split up for good. She said, there's a lot of hate, and the perpetuation comes from the misconception of, oh, you stole him. It comes from the fact that they'd wished he had ended up with someone else, and that's fine. You can wish that all you want, but that's just not the case. She added that the only people that really know the truth of the situation and what the timeline really was and how it happened and how it went down are me and him. Perception is a really tricky thing because when you're watching something from the outside, you can see it one way, when it may not be the reality of what happened behind closed doors. The model also spoke about the trolling she received from the haters. They've interrupted her Instagram lives, flooding her with nasty comments, and stood outside the Met Gala in 2021 to scream Selena when she and Justin walked the red carpet. She recalled that traumatic moment, saying, yes, I could hear everyone screaming. I think there's a certain part of you that has numbness. It was disrespectful to me, to my relationship. It just was, period, the end. But I think I've endured so much disrespect, and I still do to this day, that there was like a part of me that was just like another day, another negative slave. When Alex asked her if Justin or anyone in their circle has ever asked Selena to try and put an end to the hatred that's coming from her fans, Hailey said that she has no expectation whatsoever of Selena doing that. But if that was something that she felt was necessary, then that would be amazing. In fact, the two women have spoken since her wedding to Justin, and Hailey now claims that she's ready to move on from all the drama. She said, it's all respect, it's all love. That's also why I feel like, well, if everybody on our side knows what happened, and we're good and we can walk away from it with clarity clarity and respect, then that's fine. The model ended the topic by saying, "You're never going to be able to correct every narrative, and there's going to be new ones that come. It's never going to end, and that's why I didn't speak about a lot of this stuff." So clearly, Hailey understands that at the end of the day, it's impossible to please everyone.
American model and television personality Hailey Bieber seems to have gotten herself into some trouble over the launch of her new skincare line called Rhode. Before starting the line, she said that she had always dreamed of starting her own line, but didn't get serious about it until the last couple years, making time to meet with chemists and dermatologists and test out the samples with family and friends. She had a sit-down interview with People and said the following: "What sets Rhode apart is we're putting out a very curated, edited line of essentials. Our philosophy is making one of everything really good. For me, that spans across all things in my life, from beauty to how I edit my wardrobe. It's like that one really good pair of jeans you're always reaching for, that one really good blazer you keep going back to. That's how I look at skincare as well. The one really good moisturizer you keep reaching for." The debut started with 3 products available on their website, all for under $30. Hailey saying that she wanted to make the makeup available for everyone, saying it was a party everyone was invited to. But it looks like that party might just get crashed by a 9-year-old fashion line that shares the exact same name. The co-founders of the company, Perna Katow and Phoebe Vickers, are suing her for trademark infringement due to the companies sharing the same name. According to the court filings, they said that since launching the company in 2013, they have dedicated themselves to growing and nurturing the Rhode brand through much personal sacrifice and hardship. It is now apparently a very reputable brand sold in luxury stores and has been worn by celebrities like both Beyonce and Rihanna, and they're apparently expected to make $14.5 million this year. According to the company, they hold the Rhode trademark for many different clothing items and accessories and had been planning to expand into household items and skincare. They said that as soon as Hailey's skincare line was launched, they immediately began to see confusion in the marketplace. They also said that Instagram had originally promised them the @Rhode handle, but they had then gone back on that and allowed Hailey Bieber to take the username, specifically noting the joint Instagram post between the new account and Bieber's own account that has already gained around 700,000 likes. They also said that more confusion has already been caused due to celebrities having tagged Hailey's new skincare account when wearing their clothing items instead of their official account @ShopRhode. Katow said, "We have real concerns about the future. We put blood, sweat, and tears into this brand for years. It is disappointing to me that an entrepreneurial woman who we've long been fans of is trying to stifle what we have built." And her partner Vickers seemed concerned about a TikTok comment where Hailey said that she wanted to make Rhode into a full lifestyle brand and that she would be releasing clothes in the future under the Rhode name. The two have asked in the documents that Hailey stop using the name Rhode for her brand and completely change the name of the skincare line, saying, "The brand Rhode is everything we have worked hard to achieve, and her using our name is hurting our company, our employees, our customers, and our partners." They also said that Hailey had even attempted to buy the name from them 4 years ago, but they had declined. And here's what their lawyer had to say about the situation. "We of course understand that Hailey wants to use her middle name for her brand, but the law on this is clear. You can't create this kind of brand confusion just because you want to use your name. What Miss Bieber is doing is harming a minority co-owned business that 2 women have painstakingly built into a growing global brand." Justin Bieber seems to think his wife has put her own fair share of work into growing the brand. Him saying, "I'm so proud of you, baby. No one knows the long hours of care and passion that you have put into building a skincare brand that is truly to serve the people." In the caption of the post, he continued on saying, "The most beautiful thing about you is your care to protect people with good ingredients that will help their skin to flourish like you did for me and my skin. And so many people are going to have beautiful, dewy skin because of your desire to give them access to the best." Definitely sounds like a PR person wrote that for him, but that's just my opinion.
Hailey Bieber recently had to address more pregnancy rumors after appearing with Justin Bieber at this year's Grammy Awards. The model responded to an Instagram post by Radar Online that speculated she was pregnant and expecting her first child. Stick around though to find out what Hailey said in response to this post. In the Radar Online post they said, "Fans are convinced Hailey Bieber is pregnant after she walks Grammy's red carpet in flowing gown with husband Justin Bieber." Then in their caption they wrote, "Is a little #Belieber on the way? Fans are speculating that #Hailey Baldwin is pregnant after seeing what appeared to be a baby bump during her appearance at the 2022 Grammy Awards this weekend. The model was a vision on Sunday wearing a white Saint Laurent gown while joined by her husband Justin Bieber for the star-studded ceremony, and some fans felt it was a carefully crafted style choice. I love how they really tried to compliment the way she looked while also speculating that she was pregnant. I mean, what a backhanded compliment that was. Hailey also attended the Grammy Awards to support Justin, who was up for 8 Grammy nominations. He didn't end up taking any home, but he did garner a lot of press for his oversized Balenciaga suit, a pink beanie, and Crocs. A lot of this speculation about Hailey being pregnant stems from Justin's Amazon Prime documentary called Justin Bieber Our World. In the documentary, Justin said, "My intention for 2021 is to continue to set goals and have fun while going home. Make sure I put family first, and hopefully we squish out a little nugget." Hailey responded with, "In 2021?" with Justin replying, "The end of 2021, we start trying?" And she finally replied after a pause and said, "Okay, maybe, we shall see." So you can see why there's news outlets out there constantly trying to be the ones who guess whether or not she's actually pregnant. Although in response to that post from Radar Online, Hailey commented and said, "I'm not pregnant, leave me alone," which is hella embarrassing for Radar Online and debunks their rumor right on the spot. The false pregnancy report comes not that long after Hailey just had a health emergency. If you didn't hear, last month Hailey Bieber was hospitalized with a brain condition that doctors believe to be a blood clot. On her Instagram stories, Hailey let her fans know what was going on and said, "On Thursday morning I was sitting at breakfast with my husband when I started having stroke-like symptoms and was taken to the hospital. They found I had suffered a very small blood clot to my brain, which caused a small lack of oxygen, but my body had passed it on its own and I recovered completely within a few hours. Although this was definitely one of the scariest moments I've ever been through. I'm home now and doing well, and I'm so grateful and thankful to all the amazing doctors and nurses who took care of me. Thank you to everyone who has reached out with well wishes and concern, and for all the support and love." And during one of Justin's stops for his Justice World Tour, the Biebs took a moment to address what happened to his wife. He explained that despite this scary emergency, she was doing very well and making a full recovery. Following a power outage during the show in Denver, he took a second to speak about what happened. At the show, he said, "You know, it's kind of crazy how life randomly throws you curveballs. You know, we can't really control much. You know, tonight the power cutting out, obviously you guys know, most of you probably know or have seen the news about my wife. Not sure if you guys have seen, but she's okay, she's good, she's strong. But it's been scary, you know, it's been really scary, but I know for a fact that God has her in the palm of his hands, and that's a good thing." A source close to the couple also told the press that Justin had been very worried for Hailey after this health scare, which must have made it very difficult to just go back on tour even. The insider goes on to say, "Hailey doesn't want anyone to worry about her, but it was a terrifying situation for both of them. Justin is still very worried. He can barely sleep. He stays up watching her while she rests." At the end of the day though, we're happy to hear that she's just doing much better and she's not pregnant. TikTok is running wild with theories right now that Justin Bieber had to calm down Hailey after the crowd began to chant Selena's name at her, causing a mini breakdown during the Met Gala. I'm gonna tell you all about it right here on IO, but first, if you could do us a big favor and please tap that like button, we'd really appreciate it. With that out of the way, let's begin. After a video turned up on TikTok, fans are continuing to rally around Justin Bieber and Hailey after it appears that some people in attendance for the Met Gala decided to taunt her by repeatedly yelling Selena Gomez's name at them. Back on Monday evening, the couple made a big red carpet appearance at the New York City Metropolitan Museum of Art for the 2021 Met Gala, with Justin showing up in a classic tuxedo and Hailey wearing a black Saint Laurent gown. Although shortly after the celebrity couple arrived, videos started popping up all over social media that showed the audience chanting the name of Bieber's ex. The unwarranted attacks led to numerous fans expressing their support for both Justin and Hailey, who have been married since September of 2018, with many more condemning bitter Selena Gomez fans for being obsessed with the past. So far, neither Justin nor Hailey have commented on this incident, but let's break down the video a bit for you. In the TikTok, it appears as though the couple react to the taunts, meaning that they can actually hear the Selena chants, and then you can see Justin trying to tell Hailey not to cry. The footage then transitions to another point where it appears as though Bieber tells Hailey "I love you" as he wipes away tears from her eyes. Furthermore, a concerned Bieber can be seen putting his hand up to Hailey's face, attempting to comfort her with a caption suggesting that he said, "Don't cry, don't cry." Hailey was then filmed reaching for a pair of dark sunglasses that were being held onto by an assistant. She quickly puts on those sunglasses and would wear them for a portion of the evening while they posed for photographers. In the caption of the TikTok, the user who pieced this together writes, "So disrespectful, he loves her so much." One person who claimed to be a Selena fan also condemned this unnecessary chanting and said, As a Selena fan, Selena would actually be disappointed. She would never want us to do that. Now in the past, Hailey has shared her true feelings about what it's like being married to Justin Bieber, especially when hate like this comes her way. She has even been to therapy just to work through her reactions to the trolling. While speaking about this, Hailey said, "I've had to work a lot of this through with a therapist because it had got to a point where they'd gotten way too crazy for me and I was really anxious all the time. The thing that bothers me the most is that a lot of people online really want me to be a not nice person. They expect me to be mean and they call me a bitch. You've never even met me in person, you don't know me." She also added that sometimes it's easy for her to feed into the narrative that people are spreading and even start believing it herself. However, Justin has occasionally gone out of his way to shut down trolls and continually makes it a priority to share just how happy he is with Hailey. What's worse is that this bullying by the crowd took place on the couple's 3rd wedding anniversary. What an awful way to spend your evening, just spinning down a dark path in your mind about your husband's ex while you're supposed to be celebrating and enjoying your night? Ugh, no thanks. Ireland Baldwin also came out to defend the couple on TikTok, writing in the comments of one of the videos that Justin and Hailey are one of the happiest and most in love couples I've ever gotten the chance to be around.